All right, good morning, folks. It's shortly after 5 Eastern Standard Time, and we are going to go ahead and take a look at the market yesterday while also examining today and kind of what we're seeing today. So let's go ahead and start with our minis. We do see again this massive test at this 43.50 level. Now, if we go back 2 days, we'll do the 5-day, 5-minute chart. So yesterday, really what we see is we see this overnight challenge here about this time yesterday morning. And so we see that challenge and we jump right back off of it, right? Pretty big moves each time we looked like we were going to potentially break through this area. And then, of course, this morning from 3 on, we just saw a massive rally. So this is putting us at about 1.2% up this morning. Now, of course, this does mean that volatility is getting a pretty massive kick and down from yesterday's high at about 1850-ish, if I remember correctly. We're seeing a 20% move down in vol. But what's the name of the game right now here in our minis? We're seeing the exact same type of movement, right? So really range bound. We've been range bound for a couple of weeks now, almost a month, really, since we hit. Now the range is just large, right? The range is large and it's popping between these pretty significant areas of resistance, right? So thinking 4,600. And then lately, this 43.50 has been really important. Okay. So what are we looking at today? We're looking for some follow through. We are right here at our 200-day simple moving average. Okay. And interestingly, it's almost exactly where we're at right now. And so one of the things that we're going to watch is to see if we get follow through, right? Some of the levels that I'm looking at, obviously, to the downside 43.50, right? If 43.50 breaks, 42, what is this? 42.60 is next. Okay. So 43.50 as major support, right? Colored here in this uh, uh, teal, turquoise, whatever color you want to call that. And then next level down 42.60, okay, from the October 2021 lows. Now, if we move through this 200-day simple moving average, the next area that we're going to be watching is this 44.73. Let's just call that 44.75 in order to round appropriately, right? We saw that acted as a pretty significant level here, here. Really touched off of it. What day was that? On the 10th? Okay, and so we're seeing we're seeing this act is a pretty important level. So this is the level that I'm going to be watching. If this goes, then of course, I think the next level up is 45.50. Okay, so those are the levels that we're going to be watching here in the S&P 500. We continue to go through. Let's go to our Dow futures. Same thing that we're seeing, right? Essentially the exact same pattern. I will note again, one of the primary differences is that our simple moving averages are a little bit closer here. So we do have our 9 EMA and our 200 right in there. Our 50 is just above there. Okay, moving on to our minis in the Russell. Again, same general pattern. But the primary exception, though, is that we have already seen this 20%, if not a little bit more than 20%, move from early November at the high all the way down to the 28th. Okay, so we already have seen such a significant. This was really range bound for quite some time over the last year. I mean, you see just really basing off of this 2100 level and then up here at the 2350 level as your areas. I mean, this was range bound for a year, and now we're towards the low of the year there. Now, and our NASDAQ 18.26% decline, so a little bit deeper than any of our others. This was a really telling candle last Friday for, yesterday. For action we might continue to see. NASDAQ up almost 2%. points. Okay, so 2%, 2% there on the NASDAQ. If we're looking at UVXY early this morning, we'll want to change this to our 5-day, 5-minute. Again, just a pretty significant crush here to start our day, which is exactly what we wanted to see. Okay, let's go through the portfolio real quick this morning. All right, BBBY, seeing a nice little uptick. Our covered call is at 16. And so plenty of room, plenty of room to run and still maintain there. Again, with all our covered calls, if they're in the money at the end of the week, we will just send them on. Our forward put here that we're running the will on, we're above. So we're out of the money there now, which is nice. FUBU traded well. Again, I doubt we'll challenge this 12 FUBU. Let's take a look at FUBU real quick. If I remember correctly, Friday was a pretty brutal day for our sports internet streaming platform. Yeah, so the last 2 days sold this early, and the last 2 days have not been great for FUBU. GDX, seeing GDX down, covered call there at 32. See what happens by the end of the week here. Robinhood, 14.5, covered call there. So we'll continue to see what happens there. KR Kroger, I've really enjoyed trading Kroger to start the year. Have made good money on Kroger. 47. Doubt we get there this week unless we see a continued resurgence the later half of this week throughout the market, but that's where it is. LabU, again, doubt we get to 21 this week, but with as volatile as XBI is, you really never know. Let's put in XBI here. Now, yeah, I mean, as you can see, low of 83. We were essentially at 100 earlier in the week, but it's okay. All right, continuing to go through Piton. We sold the put yesterday. That put is looking good. So we are up about $1.80 in Piton. That's good for our put. Qs, we do have our credit spread on in our Qs. It's looking fine right now. Riot's up big this morning, if I remember correctly. Oh yeah, up $1, which is good. We have this 21, so likely expires worthless, and then we sell one a little bit lower to continue with our break even. RSX up more than $1 right now. Do have this 24 call. RSX has been very volatile over the last couple of days, clearly because of the geopolitical issues that are going on between Russia and Ukraine. RUT, we have the 2 credit spreads on in RUT, again, which is fine. And we will just continue to, I think the short calls are 1930 and 1810. So we'll continue to work around with RUT. Snap running the wheel here on Snap. 37. I think we're likely okay, and we'll just rinse and repeat. TGT, credit spread, that actually expires here shortly. I have it to come off before that. 31 days left on that trade. Short call at 180, I believe. Short call at 180. Yep. So we are, I'm sorry, short put. UVXY, we talked a lot about UVXY yesterday in our recap. Now, of course, with UVXY, we're chasing a lot of alpha right now. It's one thing about it that I'm not super pleased with. Same thing with VIX right now, chasing a lot of alpha in VIX. This is important. I'm going to look to roll these now that we have a little bit of a down move. see if I can't be a little aggressive in rolling these to pick up credit, extend the longevity of this trade, right? We are at 17 and 18 for our calls, short calls. VIX, VXX again, chasing alpha a little bit here from these rolled trades. A little bit further out. XBI, as we know, I sold this original put credit spread. We got down and I went ahead and sold the corresponding call credit spread to create a neutral iron butterfly. We're just out of our break even right now, just out of our break even. So we'll continue to see what happens. Only got a 16.73% probability of profit. We'll look to roll this. I just don't know how I want to roll this particular trade yet. And that's and Yeti. We have 94 days left on this trade. It's a credit spread that I've rolled once. Short put of 55. Okay, that is the portfolio. That's where we're at for the securities that we have on right now. If you have any questions, reach out to me via Discord, reach out to me via Gumroad, and I'm happy to answer any questions about the current state of the portfolio. Thanks so much, and we'll have a great day.